Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Good morning, Las Vegas. What's going on? Oh, my Lord. You know, pro wrestling is incredibly exciting. We are in just an absolute peak of this industry. But I don't know if I've seen a week in and out of the ring quite like this one. This is amazing, and we're going to break it all down for you here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN 101.5 FM. You could also be listening to us on the Odyssey app, and if you haven't downloaded that app, it's a terrific app, AUDACY. Get it on your phone. You can listen to our show and many other shows on that app. You wouldn't believe it. It's a ton of stuff, so check that out. And we are also streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X. YouTube is the Mark Hoke Show. We'd certainly appreciate you subscribing and helping us out there. That would be fantastic. And check out some of there's a ton of stuff on there, so take a look. But, wow. We had 3 pay-per-views so far this week in premium live events, whatever you want to call them. A 4th one coming up, plus 2 other shows that happened this week. I mean, this is ridiculous. And not to mention a massive amount of news outside of the ring. One story involving us, and we're going to try and get through all of it today. I don't know how we're going to do it. Hour 2, we're going to be joined by the True Heel Heat podcast, and he's also on Fightful.com, Sportskeeda. Just the man's everywhere. I mean, it's unbelievable how many places he is. And we're going to be welcoming in good friend. SP3 is going to be joining us. And if you haven't heard SP3, well, brace yourself, kids, because he's going to wake you up. That's for sure. I'm excited to finally get to talk to him. I've seen him so many times, and we're thrilled to have him joining us on the show. We're also going to be giving away tickets today, again, to WrestleConnects. That is taking place on Saturday, September 14th. It's only a couple of weeks away, down at the Tuscany Suites and Casino. Superstars like the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Maria Kanellis, D'Lo Brown, Brian Cage, Kenny King, Lisa Marie, known as Victoria Entire, who, by the way, congratulations to her as she has signed a Legends deal with WWE, so way to go. I mean, this is going to be an awesome show, and you're going to want to check it out. But we're going to give away tickets sometime in this hour. I'm going to give you the phone number, so be ready when I tell you to call. 702-257-5396. 702-257-5396 is the number to call when I tell you to. And we'll be giving away those WrestleConnects tickets. 4 tickets for you. So you can bring all your friends and check it out. Wrestling memorabilia and all these great stars of the past and present. It's going to be a great time. So hopefully get to see you down there. And I'll be there too. So should be an awesome day. September 14th, 10 to 5. Down at the Tuscany Suites and Casino right here in Las Vegas. Well, speaking of Las Vegas, oh boy, we got pulled into the news. And that's where we're going to kick it off today. So our friends over at WrestleVotes broke news on Twitter. The X machine, baby. And here was the tweet that got everybody rolling. Earlier this week, that was on the 27th, so that would have been on, give me 1 second, flip the calendar, they were on Tuesday. According to a source, there was an all-employee meeting today at WWE HQ in Stamford, hosted by Mark Shapiro. He's from one of the executives at TKO. I'm told the biggest news to come out of the meeting is that the WWE Performance Center will be moving to Las Vegas in the near future. Yeah. The Performance Center that's currently down in Orlando, coming here. So our good friend over at Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, followed up, made a couple of calls and said, no, here's the deal. Here's the deal. No, that is not happening. And, they were just talking about how, Las Vegas is a great destination place. They're not moving anything there. But it really shook everybody up at WWE. But then WrestleVotes checked back with their source. And WrestleVotes is sticking by their story. They said this is not an overnight thing. It's not happening today. But it's going to happen. Now, Sean doesn't get things wrong. And I'm not saying he's wrong. But I took time to email WWE, and I checked with some people here in Las Vegas. I'm still working on a few things. No response from WWE. Just kind of weird. No response to an inquiry that I made about one of the facilities nearby. As for those that do not know, the UFC facilities are literally one block down from across 215 from where we are. So, I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away. And I'm doing research. I have done more research about the land ownerships and everything else. But until I get this last email, or response to this last email, all I'm going to say is this. There's a lot of land over there. There's a lot of land that UFC and TKO own. And there's a big plot right over off of Rainbow. Among other things. I'm not going to tip my hand yet because I want to finish this all out. Plus, I had a little birdie talking to me. And I'm going to say this. I believe WrestleVotes. This only makes sense. I talked about this, and I put a little video up of a couple times where it briefly mentioned it. But I really do believe that TKO is going to consolidate their headquarters. There's no reason for WWE to be in Stamford anymore. The issue they're going to have with their HQ out there is that they've got a fairly long lease. It's about a 16-year lease with 5-year extensions on it. But leases can be broken, as we all know. So I got to tell you, they want to get it out here. I mean, if you had a base in Stamford and a choice between Stamford, Connecticut, mind you, super liberal, super high taxes, or bringing it out to Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, where would you want to be? There's nothing holding WWE to Stamford anymore. The McMahons don't own it. I think WrestleVotes is right. So believe what you will, and we will try and get a little more information. Like I said, I'm working on some more information on this story, but this was a big one. And, a lot of people were very shocked in WWE about the possibility of the Performance Center coming out here. But honestly, I think they're going to move the whole shebang. Really do. A lot of reasons. But we'll talk about it more in the future. But a huge story here in Las Vegas regarding World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, how about we get to that All In? Because we had All In, AEW All In this week, TNA Emergence on Friday night, Bash in Berlin from WWE on Saturday. We also had, by the way, NWA 76 and New Japan Capital Collision. Plus, today is NXT No Mercy. Good Lord, are you kidding me? It's a lot. It's a lot. But AEW All In, massive card in Wembley Stadium. Didn't have the attendance it did last year. They, according to WrestleTalk, got about 53,000 in there. Still pretty good draw. I mean, you can't complain too much about having 53,000 people at your event. You know, that's solid. I think most people would take that. But what a great night it was. Terrific matches up and down this card. Some wild ones in the beginning, but the kickoff show, 16-man tag match, a lot of fun there. Just, look, everybody getting their AEW bonuses on that one. Will Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii knocked off Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway, and boy, did they ever. So Willow gets to name the stipulation of the match at All Out between her and Chris for that CMLL Women's Championship. Had a 10-man tag match, so the Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes got on there, and Sammy Guevara. And then we had a pretty wild one for the AEW Trios Championship, as Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club walk out of there with the titles. Apparently, it was supposed to be Death Triangle, but, of course, a lot of controversy surrounding the Lucha Dragons, as supposedly they've been talking to WWE and maybe headed there, so they got pulled off the card. So it goes to Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club as Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta team with Pac to win the Trios Championship, and Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne, the Patriarchy, lose those titles. Killswitch didn't seem too happy about it. That played into things later on in the day. Mariah May walks out of Wembley with the AEW Women's Championship, and that woman is nuts. Tony Storm, eccentric crazy. Mariah May, scary ex-girlfriend crazy. Yikes. But Mariah May, your new AEW Women's Champion. Hook knocks off Chris Jericho. He takes back the FTW Championship. Makes Papa proud, and Papa got in the match. Taz beating some people up. So Taz steps away from the booth and helps his son out a little bit. The Young Bucks hold on to the AEW World Tag Team Championships as they beat FTR and the Acclaimed. And then this intriguing match. And by the way, I do want to mention Jamie Hayter also on the pre-show made her come back. She got in a little confrontation with Saraya. So Jamie Hayter is back, the former AEW Women's Champion. Oh, she looked good too. And she wrestled on Dynamite this week, I believe. So look out. Jamie Hayter is starting to clear the injury bench at AEW. But Christian Cage wins the Casino Gauntlet match. And for anybody who was listening to the show last week, well, our theory on Hangman Page walking out of All In with the World Championship, yeah, that didn't happen. He did get involved in the main event. But Christian Cage, with the help of Killswitch, who looked like he was going to turn on our buddy Christian, even came out to Luchasaurus on the big old screen, takes it, and Christian Cage will get a World Championship match. And later on in the show, I'm going to float a little theory how that's going to all work out. But Christian Cage wins the Casino Gauntlet match. But that match saw the debuts of Ricochet. So Ricochet is now in the game, as well as Nigel McGuinness, who steps out after all this time from behind the announcer's table, and he looked great. Terrific shape, and just walked right down to the ring with Okada waiting for him. Debatably the best wrestler in the world, and just went right at him. It was amazing. You guys know, if you listen to the show, I am a big Nigel McGuinness fan, and I could not be happier for him. But that was pretty interesting. By the way, in the tag match, also showing up, the Grizzled Young Veterans are now in AEW, and they beat up the Outrunners on Friday night. I love the Outrunners, by the way. Got to dig an 80s tag team. Will Ospreay knocks off MJF. A little help from Daniel Garcia. A little revenge there for him. But Will Ospreay regains the AEW International Championship. It's not the American Championship anymore. MJF was so upset he's supposedly renounced his American citizenship. Don't know about that, but Ospreay back on top. Mercedes Moné knocks off Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So Mercedes retains the AEW TBS Championship. Jack Perry slams the coffin on Darby Allin. This one got a little rough. And they actually shortened this matchup, apparently, because they were running a little long on time. But Jack Perry holds the AEW TNT title. So Darby Allin, who has a world title shot at AEW Grand Slam coming up late September, well, Jack Perry pretty much cleaned his clock. So a nice win for Jack Perry. So the scapegoat keeps the TNT title. And if you saw on Dynamite this week, he has challenged Bryan Danielson. He will be taking him on at AEW All Out this next Saturday. So get ready for that one. And I may have tipped that off, but Bryan Danielson did win the AEW World Championship. He defeats Swerve Strickland, a little bit of a distraction from Hangman Adam Page during the match. But Bryan Danielson, with family around, Swerve taunting the kids, the whole deal. But it was not enough, but a terrific match. And Bryan Danielson, hey, who said a few months ago when asking the question who should walk out of AEW All In with the world title, said Bryan Danielson. I had some stuff wrong, but I got this one right. So Bryan Danielson, who said that he will retire as a full-time wrestler when he loses this championship, well, there it is. And Bryan Danielson, your new AEW World Champion, a big win for him. And this is going to be fun because now the pursuit of Danielson begins. Swerve and Hangman Adam Page are going to be in a cage match at All Out on Saturday. So that should be a wild one. As we said, Danielson's going to be taking on Jack Perry. But what a wild pursuit this will be. Who's going to be the one to knock Danielson off? Who gets the rub? Some people in AEW are saying it should be Darby Allin. No, no, I don't want Darby. No, not yet. Come on. I want something cool to happen. And nothing against Darby. I love Darby. I've interviewed Darby. He's one of the coolest guys around. Got a better idea. And we're going to talk about it later on in the show. But we need to step back and take a break. Before we do, though, I want to remind everybody, you know what? If you've been listening to me, there were some opportunities to make a little cash on betonline.ag this week. Betting on AEW All In. And you can still get on there. All you got to do, go to markhokeshow.com, hop on the website, and click on our link. We're on the front page of the sponsor page. And you can get a 50% sign-up bonus up to $1,000. So that means they'll match you 50% up to $1,000. So if you put $1,000 in your account right off the bat, you get $500. That's not bad. Use promo code BOL1000, but I need you to go to our site and click on the link. But it's betonline.ag. They've actually got betting odds up right now. Who is going to be John Cena's WrestleMania opponent? And I think there's money to be made there right now because Gunther is a plus 500. He is not the favorite. I might be willing to take a shot on that, but please check it out. It's betonline.ag. You can bet on just about anything. You got odds for snooker, volleyball, politics, the whole thing. It's amazing. Fun site. So go check it out. But once again, you got to go to our site first and click on our links so we get credit for it at markhokeshow.com. Just click on the betonline.ag links. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, TNA Emergence, WWE Bash in Berlin on Friday at night and Saturday morning. What happened? Where do we go? Pretty cool stuff. And don't forget, at some point, we're going to be giving away those WrestleConnects tickets. So stick around, everybody, on the Mark Hoke Show. We'll be right back.
Looking for high-quality custom screen printing in Las Vegas? Look no further than Off Grid Creations. Need a few custom t-shirts for a local event, band merchandise, or family reunion? We've got you covered. Large order of uniforms for your staff, sports team, or club? We can handle that too. Our experienced team will work closely with you throughout the entire process from design consultation to final product. Call us at 661-300-1115. That's 661-300-1115. Or visit our website at off-gridcreations.com. Get a free consultation today.
101.5 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Come on, let's talk some more pro wrestling here on the Mark Hoke Show. On KDAWN, the Odyssey app, and of course also streaming out there on YouTube, X, and Facebook. And we'd love to get your comments. Got questions, thoughts about everything that happened this week? Love to hear them. It's always fun to interact with everybody, so hop into the chat box and fire away. We would certainly appreciate it. Friday night, TNA Emergence. Actually, a somewhat uneventful card, to be honest with you, but a lot of good wrestling going on. But we had Hammerstone on the show as he was in that X Division Ultimate X match, but he does not walk away with the title. That honor goes to the Rascals, Zachary Wentz. Of course, mostly known for being in the tag team with the Rascals. But this time, he gets to shine as a singles wrestler, and he knocks off a field with Mike Bailey, the champ, Hammerstone, Jason Hotch, Laredo Kid, and Riley Osborne from NXT. And he is the new TNA X Division champion. One interesting thing about this is he's wrestling his former fellow Rascal, now turned rival, Wes Lee, at NXT No Mercy today. That's kind of weird. I mean, because this is a kind of a no-winner for both these guys. I mean, just imagine especially if Wentz loses this. He just won this title. He just won it. And he comes back and loses to Wes Lee. What does that do to the TNA X Division title? That's not good. If Wes Lee loses, well, and he just lost to the TNA guy. They'd have been... Look, it's TNA's title to book. But this should have been, I think, coordinated a little bit better. I don't know. But this seems like there's a real booking quandary, shall we say. But congratulations to Zachary Wentz. Well-deserved guy. Very talented and picking up a X Division title. And then ABC, our good friend Chris Bay and Ace Austin. We've had both of them on the show. Ace, Aces, we had Chris Bay on SportsX Radio, but they hold on to the tag titles. Some other notables on there. Steve Macklin beat Eric Young, their first ever matchup. Jordan Grace and Spitfire beat Ash by Elegance, and the Militia and Alicia Edwards took a nasty, nasty hit in that match. And she is apparently in concussion protocol, as is PCO, who wrestled Shira, as Matt Cardona couldn't go. So 2 TNA wrestlers in concussion protocol after this one. The System beats Joe Henry, Mike Santana, and the Hardys. Did a really cool open with the Hardys and Hendry, though. Might want to check that out. And Nick Nemeth knocks off Josh Alexander in that 60-minute Iron Man match. 3 falls to 2. Nemeth went up 2, and then Josh ran off 2 real quick ones before Nick got him later on. And Nemeth holds on, and he is the TNA World Champion. So congrats to Nick. And congrats to everybody on TNA. A really nice card at TNA Emergence. And chat box is fired off. Good to see that. Biotic Scoop says Mark. Scoop. Good to see you, buddy. One of the best wrestling photographers out there. Jesse Hyde Chaos is coming to AEW when Shane McMahon arrives to AEW. Talking about that in the next segment. For sure. And probably later on in hour number 2. So that was TNA Emergence. And then yesterday, a pretty well-wrestled card. Only one title change happened here at Bash in Berlin. But I don't know, this is the Friendship Day. Bash at Berlin and everybody's kumbaya over there. What the heck? And we want people turning on each other and being mean and nasty, and everybody's shaking hands after these matches are over. Come on. I don't know. But here's what happened. So Cody Rhodes knocks off Kevin Owens, and Kevin's getting yelled at by Wade Barrett. Why aren't you doing the apron power bomb? Kevin was holding back against Cody. Cody beats him. They shake hands and walk out arm in arm. So, hugs and kisses from Cody and Kevin. I want my Kevin Owens back. I want my Kevin Steen back. Enough. I want my Kevin Owens as a champion again. This sucks. Love the guy. Come on, man. Let him roll. He's so much better as a heel. No. But Cody is still the champion. So I guess we get more Cody versus the Bloodline coming up. Yay. Cody did a nice job at the press conference, though. They need to make him the PR guy. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Apparently, Jade's got some things squared up, and they are back as the women's tag team champions. They get a nice, clean win over the Unholy Union. Not a bad match, but we have, once again, new women's tag team champions. That seems to be the belt that they like to pass around in Europe. I don't know. But congratulations to Bianca and Jade. CM Punk beats Drew McIntyre in that strap match. This was better. Much better than the last match. Much better. Mean, vicious, nasty. People beating each other up, whipping each other. It was great. The lights were kind of weird. I mean, for those that don't know how the strap match works, each person is tied to the end of it. This was a 13-foot strap. And you have to go around. You got to tap all 4 corners consecutively to win the match. So if the other person interrupts you from doing that by doing something physical, you're done. There was a weird spot where like Punk was on McIntyre's shoulders as McIntyre was touching the turnbuckles. Punk was touching the turnbuckles. I wasn't so sure about that, but otherwise, this was good. Punk decimated McIntyre at the end. He got the little friendship bracelet back. I hope we're done with the friendship bracelet. But pretty well done match. I enjoyed it. And, that's what you're supposed to do. It's a strap match. You don't like each other. There you go. Then we had a fun match, and I was really excited about this one. The Terror Twins, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley knock off the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. A lot of interference from Judgment Day. Wasn't good enough. As Liv and Damian gets the first measure of revenge. I'm sure this is not over by any stretch of the imagination. but a nice win for them. And it was a fun match, a little chaotic there. Trying to hold off 3 other people along with a tag team isn't the easiest thing to do, but Rhea and Damien did a nice job. Good match there. And, those mixed tag team matches can be a real mess sometimes, but they did a great job. So congratulations on that one. And then Gunther successfully defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. Very physical match. This is more of an old school match, man. Beating each other up, slower paced, very physical, what you would expect from Gunther. And one thing that it struck me about this is, we have so many matches where there's so many high spots and crazy stuff going on. This was just bam, 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 bam. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to think what I'm going to do next, and I'm going to hurt you some more. A lot of fun. And it's good to see that style of wrestling coming back, and Gunther is just a god. He is a wrestling god. One of the first times that I really got to see Gunther as a top match for him was that series with Ilya Dragunov, and he has done nothing but impress me since. He is a juggernaut. That is how he wrestles in the ring. Sorry, Jordan Grace, don't mean to take it from you, but that is how he wrestles. You just hit him, and he keeps coming and coming and coming at you. Love the guy. Well, they shook hands at the end, too. Okay, I'm doing the pass the torch thing. But I don't want Randy to pass the torch. What is with... Ever since Randy and Kevin got with Cody, they got soft. Just like the, Enzo and Big Cass back in the day said, SAWFT, soft. I want my Viper back too. God, I feel like this is like a girl that you date that, it was a nice girl and she meets the scumbag guy and all of a sudden she leaves you and she's acting like a psychopath. Like, where's the girl I used to know? Where's my Randy? Where's my Kevin? I get it, but come on, man. I hope there's a plot line where these two guys wake the hell up. Enough's enough. Please. In the chat box, by a scoop, Randy putting Gunther over with the respect handshake was big. Yes, once again, I get it. I get it. You are saying you are the future, sir. But it's not Randy Orton. Do you think that the old Randy Orton, after he lost a match, will be like, okay, I respect you, Gunther? No! Go on. Next day, he's got a triple RKO. He's not shaking his hand. Come on. By scoop, I'll say the lights were for TV, I think. Yeah, you might be right on that. Jesse Hyde, WWE connected the history of the original and new World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't see that. It was merged history of the big gold belt. Huh. Take a look at that. I'll have to check that out online. Did not see that they had done that, but interesting. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I mean, I need some thought on that. Definitely need some thought. But overall, very well wrestled show at Bash in Berlin. Great crowd in Germany. And apparently, that was the new record gate. God, I didn't get to look what they charged them. How much do you think they charged them over there for that? Because it was over $400 a ticket in France. I guess they must have hit him for $5 in Germany. Oh, good Lord. WWE is just cleaning up over there. Oh, the money. God bless them. You can do it. Well, but once again, hey, when are we coming back? I don't know. Maybe 4 or 5 years. Better pay up. Good call. Worked well. All right. We're going to take a break. But the first thing that we need to do is we got to give away those tickets. So our caller number 9, our caller number 9 is going to win 4 tickets to Wrestle Connects on September 14th at the Tuscany Hotel and Casino. 4 tickets for you. Call 702-257-5396. That's 702-257-5396. And you're going to win those WrestleConnects tickets. So fire it up, guys. And you could be headed to WrestleConnects to meet people like Ted DiBiase and Greg the Hammer Valentine and so many more. So hit those phones. We'll be right back.
.105 FM KDAWN.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back on The Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for being with us. We greatly appreciate it. Tell you, a lot of fun doing this show, and I've met so many terrific fans and people in the industry. It has been quite enjoyable, and we just want to keep this rolling and rolling. So do me a favor, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and at X. X is Mark Hoke Show, and Facebook and YouTube is The Mark Hoke Show. And, of course, go to that website, markhokeshow.com. Podcasts available, markhokeshow.podbean.com. So a lot of other little news, and by the way, don't forget, coming up in the next hour, we're very excited. SP3 from the True Heel Heat podcast, and you've probably seen him on just about every wrestling media outlet on the planet. Guys everywhere. It's going to be joining us, so that should be a lot of fun. By the way, you want to say hi to Coach Rosie out there. Good to see you, sir. Of course, check out ad-free shows, some terrific podcasts on there. And by the way, I do see Jesse Hyde. That's one thing we're going to bring up here, too, in this segment about the rise and fall of Vince McMahon on Netflix. WWE not in on that. Let's see. Let me just read it. Can't wait for rise and fall of Vince McMahon on Netflix. Even now, WWE is no longer on the project, and it airs before WWE Raw on Netflix. And if Rock shows up on Raw on Netflix, he says, Vince. Funny. That is going to be an interesting documentary, though. It's Bill Simmons. Of course, you guys remember Bill. He's done some terrific media work. Is in on that thing. As well as, and bear with me because I was going to do that a little bit later in the segment. Didn't have it pulled up, but give me one moment and I'll get that right now. But yeah, that's being released on September 25th. And Chris Smith, the executive producer of Tiger King, is also in on that too. So that's going to be a 6-part series. Should be pretty interesting. Take a look at that. Want to mention the passing of Sid Eudy, otherwise known as Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid. Well, I'll tell you, one guy, if there was a guy born to be a professional wrestler, it was him. And so much outpouring of love for the guy. Of course, multi-time world champion in both WWE and WCW. And I want to wish all of his friends and family the best. Passed away from cancer, had lymphoma, and my grandmother went through that. So I feel for the big man. That's a tough fight. But we wish him all the best, and we lost a good one there. Lost a good one. Let's see, and then going through some of the stuff. I'm going to get some of the bad news out of the way too. Nikki Garcia. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but she is involved and her husband with a domestic dispute issue. And this was really bad. Apparently had a big brouhaha with her husband this week. I believe that was on Friday. Of course, her husband, Artem Chigvintsev, they met on Dancing with the Stars. But apparently he actually was the one that called the police. Nikki sustained some serious injuries, and he was arrested. And we're going to find out tomorrow here in Vegas how she is, because she is supposed to be here for the Unfinished Beef. That's the competition between Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi over at the Luxor tomorrow. So we'll find out if she's going to be here, but from what we've heard on these reports pretty bad. So we hope Nikki's okay. And of course, for those that don't know who Nikki is, she was known as Nikki Bella, one of the Bella twins. So hope she's doing all right. Other weird stuff. Gable Steveson was cut from the Buffalo Bills. They may put him on the practice squad, but he is, at least for the moment, not a member of the Bills anymore. Brought him in because he's a beast, but didn't quite make it. We also had a couple other cards. NWA, we've got a new world champion in the NWA. And once again, sorry, I went out of order and I do apologize. Oh, let me come back. Tom Latimer, my apologies. Tom Latimer wins the NWA title. So congratulations to him as he knocks off EC3. New Japan Capital Collision also took place this week. Mercedes Moné successfully defended her Strong Women's Championship. Gabe Kidd beat Leo Rush out there. But one I want to mention, local guy, Matt Vandegrift, who got on with their training program. And Matt, a ton of work here with Future Stars of Wrestling. He's been winning matches out there, and Matt's really good. If you haven't seen Matt, just sensational guy. And we want to wish Matt all the best as he keeps moving up the rolls in New Japan. Also, want to mention real quick about what happened with Jon Moxley on Dynamite this week, and we'll talk with SP3 about that. But he came out, no wild thing, got in the ring with Tony Schiavone and said, "This isn't your company anymore." And Marina Shafir ended up being with him. They're beating people up. And a lot of people are speculating, is this the lead in to Shane McMahon? Is he behind this? Fascinating stuff, but Mox not doing the wild thing. No Blackpool Combat Club, just came out dressed in black, ready to roll. So who knows what's going on there? But Shane McMahon, is he a shadow figure in this whole thing? I don't know. Also, WWE, well, the governor of California, or Pennsylvania, did not make WWE very happy. As he said, WrestleMania 42 was going to be in Philadelphia. WWE very much denying the reports, and apparently Josh Shapiro, being the brilliant man that he is, just used the term WrestleMania for wrestling events. But that didn't help. So good job. Oh, man. That's all they needed after this whole Performance Center thing pops up, is to say, hey, by the way, WrestleMania is coming back to Philadelphia after it was just there. Yeah, good luck. I'm after everything that they said, that is not happening. That is not happening. And also announced WWE Raw starts on Netflix on January 6th. So get ready for that. By the way, we have a great contest going on our website and YouTube channel. If you go on, it's from Powerplay Collectibles. You just have to go through our YouTube videos descriptions, find the 3 Powerplay passwords, and you can win an autographed photo of a pro wrestling superstar. Powerplay was kind enough to give those to us. And I'm going to extend the one from this week one more day. I want to get a few more entries in there. So go in there real quick. Find those Powerplay passwords. Go on the website, send us a message with those and your YouTube username, because you got to be subscribed. And if you're drawn, you're going to win an autographed picture. And this week's is Leo Rush. And there'll be more coming. So get subscribed. And every week for a while, we're going to be giving away an autographed picture of whomever. I got a bunch. I'm not telling you who all I got, but I got some good ones. So thanks to Powerplay Sports Collectibles for that. All right, hour number 2 coming up as we get ready. SP3 joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show. Should be a great time, so stick around, everybody. We've got a whole lot more of the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment when we return on the Mark Hoke Show. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show, and visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show.
And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.